Hey guys, how you going? Uh, well, this fear about this coronavirus is spreading around the world really rapidly, with help from the media and footage from China. When do you ever get footage from China? Especially about something like this when they want to keep it quiet. Don't they control their citizens? I didn't think they were allowed on social media. I thought they had to try and have their own. Anyway, I'm going to read you a few things and why I think this coronavirus is a psyop. On one hand, you look at this, on one hand, you don't look at the other hand. Okay? And anyone who's been following Q knows that this is all like a movie. And that's exactly what all the footage looks like. I'll explain as I'm going. I'll read this first. Event 201. The Johns Hopkins Centre for Health Security in partnership with the World Economic Forum and the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation hosted Event 201, a high-level pandemic exercise on October the 18th, 2019 in New York. The exercise illustrated areas where public-private partnerships will be necessary during the response to a severe pandemic in order to diminish large-scale economic and societal consequences. Now this here, public and private partnerships, is like another part of Agenda 21. In recent years, the world has seen a growing number of epidemic events, amounting to approximately 200 events annually. These events are increasing, and they are disruptive to health, economies, and society. Managing these events already strains global capacity, even absent a pandemic threat. Experts agree that it is only a matter of time before one of these epidemics becomes global, a pandemic with potentially catastrophic consequences. A severe pandemic, which becomes Event 201, would require a reliable cooperation among several industries, national governments, and key international institutions. Sound familiar? Sounds like Agenda 21, but on steroids. Now, I found this too. Chinese-German armed forces hold joint medical support drill on, is it the 10th of the 7th, 2019, or the 7th of the 10th? You pick, it doesn't matter. Combined Aid 2019, I think it was July, yeah, takes place at the Bezek Feldkirchen, sorry if I'm pronouncing that wrong, training base in Germany on July the 5th. Okay, I won't even try reading that. The Chinese and German armed forces are holding a joint exercise on medical support that began on July the 3rd and will last until July 17th in Germany, in an effort to improve coordination in conducting international... Why is that spanned over that? Conducting international humanitarian medical missions. The drill, dubbed Combined Aid 2019, is the first time a full unit of paramedical forces of the People's This is really hard to read. Liberation Army has visited Europe with real combat gear for a joint exercise. According to the Health Bureau under the Logistics Support Department of China's Central Military Commission, most of the 91-strong Chinese delegation have had experience in major medical missions such as international peacekeeping, food emergency rescue, and earthquake relief, according to Xinhua News Agency. A member of the Chinese medical team introduces the operation process to the German team at Bezirk, that's what it looks like, Bezirk, nearly, Feldkirchen training base on July the 6th. Yeah, more names there, and I'm just not going to try and pronounce them because I don't think I would be able to. I would butcher it. I'm sorry. The ongoing exercise is a second military drill on medical support held by the Chinese and German militaries. The first was held in southwest China's Chongqing municipality in 2016, themed on a fictitious earthquake scenario. The latest joint exercise will simulate an international humanitarian medical rescue mission where casualties are scattered in a location ravaged by infectious diseases like cholera. The Chinese medical team visits a German second-class field hospital at the Bezirk-Feldkirchen training base on July 7th. The training will enhance joint command and control, treatment and evacuation of casualties, and epidemic prevention and control. This will also explore new concepts and practices in rescue missions. The goal is to improve the medical capabilities of the two military medical teams and build a foundation for future bilateral or multilateral humanitarian relief cooperation, in other words, for the UN. The Chinese medical team operates the portable ultrasonic equipment at the Bezirk-Feldkirchen training base on July 6. The Chinese team brought with it new medical equipment for the drill, including its latest field tent hospital system, armoured ambulances, and epidemic prevention vehicles. This equipment can be used to set up a second-class hospital on site and demonstrates China's latest developments in field medical technology. In recent years, the PLA's paramedical forces have actively participated in foreign exchanges and cooperation, including its aid in the fight against the Ebola outbreak in Sierra Leone and Liberia. The Peace Train 2008 joint humanitarian and medical rescue exercises in Laos and the establishment of free clinics with the Vietnamese army along the countries. But this is really off-putting. Oh, I didn't realise if I just put my mouse there it would stop. There you go. Okay, so we've got that. That's the end of that. But I just want to show you all these drills. And when drills go live, guys, you know, these things, how do we know the footage from all this China coronavirus isn't from a joint exercise or some sort of drill? Okay, so what I'm going to do here is I'm going to play a little bit of footage and I'll link these down below. I'm not going to put any sound on it. It's just a lot of people in a hospital apparently just yelling with masks on. He doesn't look Chinese. Just keep your eyes open. And it's such horrible footage. Like, come on, my phone does better than that. You can't be serious. Why do all these events have blurry footage? Well, at least it's not clear. Now they're trying to show you all the shop shelves are empty. Oh, that just opened up. They must have turned their phone. So they're running out of food. How do we know this doesn't happen often? Or this is in fact a drill? I think this is a drill, and they're either covering something else up, like the people have started protesting or something and they've locked down a city because of it, or it's a look here, not there situation. This is just my opinion, guys, but I think this is a fear campaign because do you trust the media? Do you trust the Chinese government? You know how tightly controlled China is. So how the only footage they're going to release is footage that they allow, which is people continuing the narrative. So those shelves look to be quite full. Yep, there's food on those shelves. There's food there. Yep, there's food everywhere. See? Okay, so and then And every mainstream news are reporting on this, do you trust them to tell you the truth? Do you really trust them? And I can't believe that truthers are falling for this when they know better than to trust mainstream news. But it's still... Look, this is just my opinion. I don't believe this just happens. Look, his hands went down. Did you see that? Let's see that again. His hands go down to protect him from falling. Watch. Yep, there they go. I believe you would feel a lot sicker before this, and you probably wouldn't be out in the street. And this bloke with blood all around him. It looks like a drill to me, guys. It really does. How do we know he wasn't shot by the army or something? We don't. How do we know it's just not fake blood? See, all this, the falling over immediately, to me, it looks like what you'd expect from a movie, not what you see in real life. I do not believe. I believe you would be a lot sicker than before this, even if it's an hour or two, and you would go home. If this was just gonna make you collapse and die, I'm sure you'd feel something before you got to that point. It just all looks to me like a movie. And if you know, if you've been following Q, you should know. You're watching a movie. Grab your popcorn, guys. Yeah, I really don't. I don't believe it. I'm sorry. But I really don't. And to me, it's a fear tactic. And everyone's scared now. And that tells me this is another propaganda piece. Anyway, that's just my opinion, guys. I don't think you have anything to worry about, but hey, if you want to walk around with a mask on, feel free. Probably do you some good anyway if you're in Australia from all the stuff from the bushfires coming back down anyway. But I really don't think anyone has anything to panic about. I really don't. But again, it's just my opinion. It's just what I see. So anyway, guys, it kind of reminds me of the movie The Stand from Stephen King. It's a 6-hour movie. If you ever get a chance, go and watch it. I don't know if many people can sit through a 6-hour movie, but it's certainly interesting. It's a bit, yeah, very interesting. But that's what it just looks like a movie to me, guys. And all the blurry footage, you'd think you'd have something clear to look at. Only when they ever zoomed into people's faces, just people talking, normal people on the streets, then it cleared up. The footage was absolutely clear. But every time they walked through a shop or anything, it was fuzzy and people holding their phones a certain way and you can't see. So, look, it's just my thoughts, guys. I'll agree to disagree. If you have your own opinion, you can certainly put it below. But I think this is a psyop. Okay, guys, I just thought I had to come on and say that. I'll be back later on. One more thing, guys, before I go. Look out for a vaccine. If they come up with a vaccine very quickly, you'll know what this is. But anyway, just keep your eyes out for a vaccine. I just had to come back and say that because I think the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation, along with these people and along with the World Economic Forum, I believe they problem reaction solution. They've created the problem or invented it. They're waiting for the public's reaction, which everyone's panicking. And they're going to come in with a solution, which will be a vaccine that you'll have to get. Okay, guys, this time I'm going. Okay, have a good one. Bye.